2-time UFC middleweight champion, my brother from another mother, Israel Adesanya.
Even after my last fight, we were like, oh, we should get a rematch. I'm like, why? Legacy's set. I didn't duck nobody. I fought everybody. I can't wait till I fight again. And people get greedy again. They're like, oh, we got to do it one more time. Why? That's such a great ending.
You finally beat me. You're like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. I didn't get one.
Who was it that you were like, I hate this motherfucker?
Oh, you know, he made you cry. It's like, oh, he didn't make me cry. Okay, I'll tell you what it is.
I admire your pettiness.
I have a folder on my phone called receipts.
You and John Jones patched things up. You ever thought about shooting out to Albuquerque?
Definitely. With John, can learn a lot.
We're all kind of in a similar position. We've been there, we've done that. We bought the damn
0-3.
t-shirt.
That's facts.
I hated on you like you wouldn't believe. Congratulations, dude.
Thank
Too
you.
late to say I'm sorry.
No.
A Shadowline production.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
My brother, this is long overdue.
Amen. Now we're here. Even this morning, like when we started sparring, first thing I did, I just paused. I was like, I want to hug him. And I just hugged him. So I was like, this is for like, it's cool. For me, those moments, I take mental snapshots.
Right.
They're moments for life. And now I've had it with you. I got to have it with Francis. Just because I have to. I was like, how have I never moved around with you? And now I can see, okay. Now I see where the work comes from. This guy is different.
I tried moving with Francis one time. I tried it. My neck's still sore.
I still want that. I want that jab.
Yeah, my brother, man. You know, thanks for sitting with us. We know you're on the other side of the world, literally the other side of the world. But you know, this is surreal for me because, you know, especially as soon as
Likewise.
I see you, immediately I go into speaking pidgin because, you know,
that's what we do.
There's not a lot of people around for me to
even
really
Harry go
exercise
sabi
that.
if we the sabi pidgin now, go
Yeah,
understand.
go hear yeah. But, you know, they say with Henry when he gets
I'm
around.
12. I'm 12. Dude. You got it.
They say with Henry when he gets around Mexican, he just rolls out, you know, te gusta la comida. I'm like, whoa, relax.
Like, órale, puto.
Yeah, relax. But man, it's a pleasure. You know, former 2-time middleweight champion of the world. First and foremost, how are you?
I'm great, man. I'm enjoying life, just life itself. And yeah, for me, I think people who haven't been in our position, they have their own idea of how it would be. Even now, I still get it. So now, like some fans, a lot of them show love, but you still get some who are like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, bruh. The fuck? I'm fine.
Oh, I'm okay.
Yeah, hey, trust. Hey, but sometimes I want to say something, but I'm like, nah. They're just trying to show love, so I let them show love how they want to. But nah, I'm good. I'm enjoying myself. Even recently, I've had people be like, "Are you fighting soon?" And I was like, "No." They're like, man, you're training so hard. I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to level up. And my numbers from my last camp, they're up now. I've had PBs as an athlete, every week, like 2-3 PBs. So
Personal best. Are you talking about like you're doing like strength conditioning, like
strength
weights,
work.
speed?
So Bill Smart is a guy we've brought on now. He's from the New Zealand Performance Institute, I believe, and he's a numbers guy. So my last camp, he had all the off-camp numbers and the on-camp numbers. And then now that I'm off-camp, we've even jumped up again. And I keep posting this thing, I'm like, I will not get fat. And my goal in America right now is I will not get fat. I'm coming here, I've only eaten 2 meals so far in 2 days in America. Big meals. Because, hey, the size portions over here,
KFC
man.
after this. Don't worry about
that. No, but like the size portions in America, whenever I get here, I have to remember order medium because you niggas, bro. They got the jumbo. So for me, I'm just trying to stay in shape, get better as an athlete. And yeah, I had my first sparring today since my last fight, since my last camp. And I had the pleasure and the honor of doing it with Kamaru. And I think low-key I saved that because I knew once I had that first sparring, you guys got any fights lined up? Now I got the itch a little bit, but I'll get another one when I get back home, help some of the other teammates, and I know something will pop off. Something always pops off.
Yeah. I think we could take it back to Israel, like a little bit of your upbringing, man. Born in Lagos, Nigeria. Eventually, you and your family, you guys migrated to New Zealand, I believe, and you talked about, getting bullied. You talked about when you were a kid and how people were, you didn't speak good English, or you had an accent. And where did that inspiration of you, finding the sport of kickboxing to eventually landing in the sport of mixed martial arts?
For me, it was, well, as a kid in Nigeria, I did Taekwondo. I got to yellow belt, and my mom was like, because I just kicked everything in the house, broke a lot of vases, and broke my arm. She was like, nah, this sport is too dangerous. No. And then moved to New Zealand, had all that happen. People don't understand you. They look at you different. You sound different. You look different. Like, do you ride lions where you're from? Type shit. I used to go home and be like, Mom, these kids are dumb. I swear, these kids are stupid. Because I was doing, they thought I was a genius, So what was this? In Form 1 in New Zealand, they had a test. And it was like the times table up to 2 times to 4 times. And I finished in like 2 minutes. I was like, Five Tierra, I'm finished. Everyone was like, whoa. Not knowing back in Nigeria, I was like bottom 3 in my class. But for me, I knew the song in my head 2 times. But I was just like, this is easy. And I went home like, bro, these kids, they ain't with it. But kickboxing, I found that later on after like dancing and stuff. I was a battler in the streets. And then kickboxing I found through Ong Bak, the movie, you all know, Tony Jaa. And then, I just kind of knew. Like Ali said, I'm the greatest. I said it before I knew I was. I felt that. I was like, I might be the best at this. I had no substantial reason to believe I was, but I just knew. I had this conviction like, I might be the best. I could be the best at this. And I don't know where that came from, but I just listened to it and I went with it.
And then boxing as well.
A little bit, 6-1. Beat some big names in the game. Yeah.
That's big. That's important because I didn't box. Did you box?
I did.
You did a little amateur?
Yeah, but we in our culture, it's almost like we were talking about it yesterday, like Gable Stevenson. You could
wrestler.
You could be a wrestler, but if you don't have that fight in you, like to us, like our heritage, like being Mexican descent, bro, like we grew up watching boxing, so it's part of our heritage.
Which I adore.
You know what I'm saying? Like from the De La Hoya, every time De La Hoya fought or Chavez, I kind of caught the tail end of Chavez because he was a little, I was a little younger. But we used to watch Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales. Like we grew up watching a lot of these guys. Great so I think for me or for us, for our, part of our culture is like it is engraved in there. So I don't know if it was like that for you guys, but like even somebody like Gable Stevenson, he's thinking about maybe fighting the UFC. But do you have that eye? You know what I'm saying? Do you have that finesse, that brute to be able to hurt somebody with your hands? So I don't know what the national sport was in Nigeria, but you know what I mean?
Football.
Yeah, cricket.
You guys call soccer.
We box too.
Yeah.
Like boxing is big there too.
Even when I was last there, I saw Sadiq. He hosted a tournament, a show. That. And man, just happened to be there around the same time. And bro, watching these kids, it just inspired me seeing, because I always told people when I started kickboxing, they're like, why do you fight the way you fight? Why is your hands down? Why are you so cocky? And I was like, I don't know. I always say it's because I'm Nigerian. I always said that. It's because I'm Nigerian. I don't know how to explain it. But then when I went back home and I watched those kids and I saw the way they were boxing and they were doing them on show, they were just flowing. I was like, I get it. That's why. It's just in us. Yeah. We're the biggest flexers. Yeah. If not in the world. We did flex. And bro, we just like to show off and we show that we are the best. We are the man, no matter what. Any field, even if it's something we've never been good at, we'll find someone or find a way to know that, okay, we can be the best at this. Yeah. So we like to flex, and that's how I fought. I always fought like I just knew I was the best. And watching those kids, man, you see the technique and the flow and the assurance in themselves. Like, they just knew. Like, man, you can't fuck with me. I got this.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break from the Izzy interview to thank our sponsors for this episode, True Classic.
Kamaru, what's the point of us working out so damn much if we don't have the right shirt to show it the hell off? True Classic sent us a bunch of their shirts, and I've been living in mine. The fit, the feel are absolutely perfect.
You're right, Henry. Not only does this fit perfectly, but this feels great as well. True Classic will definitely have you stepping up your game each and every day, from tees, hoodies, jeans, and also activewear.
Forget about the overpriced designer nonsense, Kush. Skip the cheap throwaways and level up your wardrobe like we did with True Classic.
True Classic is snug, where you want it to be, Henry, and also relax when you need it to be. There's none of that weird bunching up or awkward tight spots, just the perfect fit.
True Classics delivers premium essentials built for real life. Grab yours at Target, Costco, or head to trueclassic.com/P4P to get hooked up today.
Henry, now let's get back to this interview. And most people don't know, like me and Izzy met before Izzy was in the UFC, because some people just say, "Oh, you guys are just in the UFC," and that. But we actually met before that. Were you fighting? Were you in Glory at that time? No,
I was
you weren't in Glory.
Because
that fight you were fighting in China.
I was fighting in China at the time, but I think I wasn't in Glory. I was gonna fight in Glory after that.
Right.
I was gonna fight in Glory. I believe in a tournament first, and then I fought for the title. Yeah, but that was 2015 when we met. So yeah, I think this was
2015.
Yeah,
Was
maybe
even earlier
2014.
than
Yeah,
14. Yeah, I think you came out to
Yeah,
visit.
but
What?
you
like
guys
a
met
year?
at a Glory event?
No, we met. He was in China. I was in
Fucking in
Florida.
China.
And we FaceTime via my big bro, Rashad. Rashad was there. Rashad
Oh, yeah,
goes,
sugar
"Hey,
Rashad."
I met another Nigerian." Everybody just assumes all Nigerians know
we
each
know
other.
each other.
but you know what? And as funny as that sound is, if I'm Nigerian, that guy's Nigerian. Instant bond.
We know.
Instant bond. It's not like,
Worldwide.
oh, maybe we got instant bond.
Boom.
And so we just chatted on FaceTime, and Rashad was like, "Yo, this guy's gonna be special. This guy's gonna be great." What is it? A year later, you came down to train with I think maybe
Rumble.
Vitor or AJ.
Yeah.
AJ was preparing for a fight. You came down to work with him, and that's when we really kind of locked in. But still, and then you went back, and then you started dabbling in MMA.
I started because again, the company I was working for in China, they just.
Okay, so real quick. So you were living in China.
I was living in China for about 11 months. Then I left and moved back to New Zealand.
You speak any
And then-
Mandarin?
Yeah, huh?
Ni hao?
Yeah, 我会说一点点。你会说中文吗？
Ni hao mao denjani.
什么？ No, but yeah. For me, it was just I went back to NZ just because I did my time in China. I had 24 fights in 11 months, and in one of those months, I had 4 fights, 2 knockouts in that month. So I was fighting really smart, trying not to get myself hurt, and also just racking up XP, just experience. You can't buy that. So China definitely got me used to being famous. To be honest, got me, and I practiced it. There'll be times I'd be lying in my bunk bed, and I'd have like a nice clip I edited, because I know how to edit shit, and I do on my own stunts. So for me, I was like, I don't want to post this. It sounds stupid. And I'd argue with myself for like 20 minutes. And I throw the phone away. It was my way of letting go of the perception of like, you can just post this and not care what people think. So it was all practice. And being in China, being mobbed by people, you don't have to be famous. You can be big and black.
Yeah.
And they'll just roll up on you.
Yeah.
And I, basketball. No. Kobe Bryant. No. So for me, it was just getting stared at, getting mobbed, fighting. My first stadium show was in China. A light show in China is like what, 5,000? A light show. So for me, it was good XP of getting used to this life. And people can't understand that because they haven't been through it. Then I left, moved back to NZ, did King in the Ring, came here to help Rumble for his fight when he was meant to fight Jones. And then just kept on doing MMA along the way. I even fought MMA in China. I did MMA like it was a side quest, but it was the main quest, but people thought it was a side quest. Kickbox, I came to CKB to do MMA. Mm-hmm. But kickboxing was just there. I had so many fights on the table. It was just experience.
Yeah.
So it looked like the main quest, but my main quest was always MMA. And I always felt like my style, even my striking, was best suited for MMA, with the gloves, with the way I move and all that. So yeah, I was always doing grappling and stuff on the side. So it was always like low key.
Yeah.
On the slide.
Your career, Max. I know you're into the whole animes or whatnot. Dude, I like that, man, because I felt a little bit like I was like Ash Ketchum, like kind of just on my own trying to find fucking.
I like
you know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like,
you're the
it's like,
protagonist, man.
It's like
you're the main character in your own story.
Exactly. Did you feel a little bit of that, or did you always have a fucking big ass team, or did you feel like, hey, because who the fuck, like, did somebody live out with you for fucking
Nah,
11
me.
months in China?
Nah. Okay. Well, I had my brother Blood Diamond. He was there in China as well. He went there before me, and sometimes it would just be me and him in the corner, Literally, just me and him
I
in the
think
corner.
that's the best, bro.
I love that, bro. Yeah, China was good for us for the XP. Then again, moved back to NZ, did my thing. It just got to the point where I was like, look, I need these fights because I was running out of money.
Yeah.
So I just took a shot at the UFC. I was like, yo, I already hit up Dana in 2015. I hit him up on the DMs. He didn't see it. But then, yeah, eventually, they seen me.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Yeah. Shout out to Mick Maynard.
Mick Maynard.
Mick is a big Mick is a fight fan. Like Mick sees
He loves the game.
So he knows about the kickboxing world. So he already knew what was going on in that sense. You know what's crazy? And talk about you need a friend like me. Talk about, I was at your first fight in the UFC when you first won the belt.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta. Yeah, you were there.
Damn.
I remember. We took a
See,
picture afterwards.
I'm saying, like,
I remember.
I'm
We took a
there.
picture.
Yes,
sir.
So-
we're both there.
It's we were both
I wanted Israel to go down, motherfucker.
that's what
Go
Kelvin-
down.
Hey, that's
Get
my
him,
brother. That's my
Kelvin.
brother now.
just watching the incredible and just an impressive career all the way up until that fight in Atlanta. You getting your shot, and what a roller coaster you put us through. Because we were sitting next to each other.
That's right, you were next to each
other.
other.
It was Nigeria versus Mexico,
Yes.
and my man we going back and forth. Kelvin does something and he's like, yes, Kelvin, and then you do something, sit down, yes. And so we're going back and forth. You put us through that roller coaster, but before that, you were clean with the way you were touching guys and moving and making it look, and that fight right there showed that not only can you be the hammer, you could be the nail, but still change courses and get back to being the hammer.
Amen.
And that fight right there, I mean, you talk a little bit about that. It showed the world that I'm not just pretty guy landing out here. I can be a dog as well.
Yes, the biggest dog in the yard. Now, for me, I knew that was my moment. There was that fifth round. And I've said it so many times, but people think I'm joking sometimes. I meant that shit when I said I'm willing to die. I meant that. I signed my life away. And what a glorious death that would have been. Like, what a way to go out. But again, if I'm willing to die, I'm willing to kill. So I went after him, and I don't know where that third win came from. It wasn't even the second win. That was the third win.
I'm surprised it didn't stop the fight, bro.
Bro, my God, I let him
like,
live.
fuck.
Because it was,
Yeah.
bro, but Kevin's hard to finish, bro. He's got a hard head. I remember the way it felt like hitting him, because it just felt like boom, boom, but he wouldn't go down. Eventually, when he goes down, you try and chase him up, and he just wouldn't stop. He wouldn't quit. He just had this will. He just kept on going. He would be before every round, just like swinging his arms and looking at me, and I'm there game looking at him, and he's just like, I knew he wasn't gonna take a backward step. So I'll say this: that was one of the greatest moments in my life.
Yeah.
That fight. I don't say that as like just in career, in my life, because it let me know there's more. There's levels. Like, you think you know where the well ends? Hell no. There's levels. There's levels. You can dig deeper.
I look at that fourth round. And I talk to Kelvin all the time. We talk about it all the time, dude. When he caught you with that kick,
Chest move.
I mean, who would have? Yeah, who would have known a dude that's Calvin's like
short.
5'8", bro, 5'9". Fool, he fucking caught you. I'm like, Kelvin, yes. And then he goes for a takedown. I'm like Kelvin. Why didn't you hurt him on your fucking feet, dude? Even till today, he's like, I know, I fucked up.
Hey, we'll never know.
We'll never know. There's just something so primal to where you're so locked in.
Yeah.
And like you said, in that fifth round, you're looking at him, but you just know it's not empty. Mm-hmm. The tank is not empty. I'm willing to die in here. And I've had a moment like that. And that moment right there, because some people run away from it, but then it's intoxicating, because at that, it's like, oh, I want to get to that place. I want to have, that's why some fighters hang around for a while, because they want to feel that, feel that again. And I think in that first fight with Covington, I could have made it pretty. I could have tried to land a clean strike, but I was just content, like, nah,
let's go.
We got to thump, let's rumble.
Let's rumble.
And I just remember it coming in the fifth round, and I'm saying my affirmations in my head, and I'm looking at him. He's there. He's looking good. He's, and I'm just like, no, not today.
Yeah. Can I ask, what were your affirmations at the time? If you can release those. Okay, yeah. Need to know basis.
I have different affirmations for different moments at different times, but everything that was behind that fight and how he was built up.
Yeah.
I just remember looking at him, and because he had landed, I was surprised how good his boxing was. Like, he touched me a few times, and the shots that you wouldn't think buzzed me. And the whole time in my head, I'm like, you can't fuck with me. You can't fuck with me.
That's
and I'm
real.
looking at him. I know what else I'm attaching to it and why he can't fuck with me, but I'm saying that to myself. You can't fuck with me. But I just remember that feeling of not caring what's happening. I get hit, but I'm going to hit him back. I'm going to hit him worse. That feeling right there, I'm not going to lie. I want it. And that's why you feel so alive.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah.
See, the way you're talking about it, you describe it so well that it's intoxicating.
It is.
It's like, yeah, and as much as right now in this sense, I'm like, why would you want to do that? But the way you were describing it sounds so appealing that I started to be like,
yeah, let me just get another one, okay? I might be done. Let me get another one.
just a little bit.
But yeah, you get through the fight with Kelvin, and then now it's time for you to unify the belts. You got your swag. It's not like, Nigeria, this guy's copying this guy. No. You got your style. You got your swag. You're fighting in, was it Marvel Stadium?
Marvel Stadium.
55,127. You're coming out, and you do a whole. It was for you. It was probably just a little small routine, but for us, it was like
production.
What? You know, crazy. And you go out there and you deliver a performance like that. I mean, fans will never really know what that feels like. So explain a little bit. After landing that shot and finishing that fight and unifying
After
the
landing
belts.
that flip, dude.
Yeah, the flip. Yeah. Now for me, even like, so
can I stop you real quick? Izzy?
Yeah, of
like
course.
what Israel is doing. This is why I respect showmen. Fucking
You
pressure,
understand as well.
Yeah, pressure's already on you.
Right.
And you gotta go out. You gotta fucking do. You know what I mean? Doing the
in
whole
enemy
shit.
territory.
Enemy territory.
Exactly, man. And then amongst, I was there. I was at that event.
Yeah.
That's when you're calling Paulo Hashin. You got on
Oh,
the
that's
cage.
right. He was next to you. That's right. For
Dude,
me,
Paulo was fucking heated, bro. He
Yeah.
like, if you let him, he would have gotten. Anyways,
yeah.
the showmanship that you're able to do, and on top of that, having a fight, respect.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and it means something coming from you because you're a showman yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for
Magic
me,
tricks and all.
for me, it was just about expressing myself. I tried to do it at the Silver fight because the main event fell through with Kelvin and Rob. So I was like, "Yo, Dana, let me." I said, "Let me make it 5 rounds." He's like, "I can't do that to Silver." I was like, "I bet." I was like, "Okay, let me do this entrance." He's like, "No." I was like, "Fine, whatever." So when it was that was my show. It's the biggest show. It's sold out, biggest attendance, biggest gate. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do this my way or no way." So I told him, I was like, "Dana, I'm doing this. Like, trust me, it'll work." He's like, "All right, kid," and let me. And again, it went off without a hitch. And some people have told me, some fighters have been like, "How do you do that?" Like, because already, like you said, the pressure's on you for the fight. You're focused on the fight. But for me, it took my mind off the fight because I already did the work and I knew what I could do. So it was like the night before the fight. So I went to the stadium, did my rehearsals. I ran through it 3 times, and I walked into the octagon and I, shadow boxed a little bit, visualized, got on the cage, did my thing after I won. So I was just in bed watching it. Like, this is gonna be sick. Replay. Fuck, this is gonna look cool, bro. Replay. This looks cool. And I was just like, I can't wait till I do this and it hits and it's gonna go viral and crazy. I wasn't even worried about the fight.
Yeah.
So for me, I was just like, I like cool shit. Things I find cool. Like dancing, I fucking find expressive and cool. So for me, I was just like, this is gonna hit. So when it came down to it, and my boys, Jesse, T and Jay were there as well, I was just like, man, we've done this already. This is deja vu. And it was so easy, the flip. And then walking out, I could just see, I like watching my eyes now. I like watching my eyes when I fight, but also when I walk out. And there's a bit when I'm walking out, I'm just like, and I did this move. I don't even know where that came from. And I swear I got activated. My body just went like Goku or some shit. Yeah. So yeah, those moments, I sit in it. I like it. I like those moments just because it's like, you have to bask in it. Everyone's yelling at me, good or bad stuff. I didn't even care. I'm just like, I'm going towards this guy, and I'm going to take him out. That's it. And then when I hit that punch, after the first round, that one was like, oh, all right, I always get people at the end of the first somehow. But
Yeah,
then
I remember you catch it and you're like, all right.
yeah, I was like, I
I'm
understand it
coming.
now.
Like I see it already.
Yeah. And then the bit, I went away from the game plan. That one I called an audible, just because we were meant to make it pretty and out. But I was like, nah, I want to get.
I personally think you had to, man.
Yeah.
I think you had. I think that was a strategy to fight Robert because Robert's movement, like
Yeah.
even in the beginning of that round, I'm like, oh fuck.
I sparred him
Like,
recently.
yeah,
I
his in and
understand.
out movement.
Yeah.
And if you're not chopping his leg,
Blitz.
dude,
The
yeah,
blitz
and then
is
the blitz
crazy.
stuff.
Yeah. So for me, I called the audible in that fight, and then my coaches are great enough that they could like see, okay, he's mixing it up, he's changing it. Cool, let's stay mid range then, and we worked there. And the bit that finished that sequence is cool. It's crazy. The pop, 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 and then
Just
just
lean back. Left foot.
Matrix.
Nah.
Yeah. And again, you're not even meant to throw a hook from that position, but
Yeah.
shout out Crump.
That's what I'm saying. Like people think it's a check hook, like it's different. It's like a limbo. It's like you're literally like
Yeah.
rocking back. You're in a
I wouldn't
recliner
advise
seat.
it, even though my legs were planted and stuff. I wouldn't advise it for most people. But even now, I got to stretch before I do that kind of move, you know. But yeah, it worked. It landed, and we made history. So it's one of those moments that we just have to be grateful for. It all worked out the way I planned it, the way I manifested it.
Yeah, but I will say this, man. Robert was one of your rivals. Good fights, dude. Good technical fights.
Yeah.
But the rivalry that you really had, and finally you were able to get one off of him, was Pereira.
Pereira,
I
right
watched your
here.
first fight. Cause you know you have to, man. Like I like to study the game.
I know.
Dude, you were doing really good. Like I thought you were winning the fight.
You mean the
dude.
one in New York?
No, the one in Brazil.
No,
the one
that's
that
the
you
second
had-
fight. That was the second fight.
Oh,
one
the
I got
second
knocked out.
fight.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the second
so-
fight.
okay,
yeah.
so the fir-
So the
the-
first fight was in China when I first fought him, and that one, you know, I had the fight. I thought I won the fight, and they gave it to him. I was like, hey, you could even see when they announced the winner. I was like, you could see his reaction, but it doesn't matter. He won the fight. That was cool, and I was like, all right, cool. Let's rematch it.
But dude, honestly, that fight was so close. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I had to rewatch it a few times. I'm like, fuck, did they get it right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's in the past. But now it's Brazil. I'm in there in this fucking home city, and also I was in Rio and Carnival, bruh. Hey yo, I'm a dog, bro. I swear. But yeah. So for me, I'm in his home country. Had that fight done. Fuck, it was good. It was going well. Had him rocked in round 2. Fucking, he comes out of round 3 and then just fucking had all this energy and just blast me. Boom. And I'm out. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I remember just walking to the back with Eugene. We didn't really say anything. I was like, what did he hit me with? He goes, a left hook. Hit you with a left hook. And I was like, seen. Said, your hand didn't come back to your face fast enough. I was like, bet. And again, it's just, that was my last kickboxing fight. It wasn't meant to be. But again, the company I was working for in China decided not to give me any fights. So they were just delaying it. And I'm like, bro, I need to eat. You know, I'm running out of money. So then I fought some other MMA promotions. And then eventually I was just like, man, fuck this. They're not playing fair. They're not holding their end of the bargain. So I'm going to not hold up my end of the bargain. I'm going to look for somewhere else. And I was like, it's time. I've had 3, I think in that time, maybe 3 MMA fights. And I was like, yo, let's go to the UFC. And it was time. So we did. Then he chased me to the UFC. I even told him this. I was like, bro, I left you alone. You chased me. Because I'm like, you beat me already. What more do you want from me? But it's because I was doing well and somehow inspired him and I created a monster and now he's here.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
there's rumors of what actually really motivated him. But you see it with guys like Jordan and
Oh, yeah.
Kobe, to where they, in their head,
took
they
that
feel like
personally.
they say, yeah, they just, it doesn't matter what it is. Maybe they might make it up in their head. They
I do that
lock
shit too.
into something that really motivates him.
Yeah.
But for him, he said he was motivated, well, allegedly, from what I heard, by you saying, oh, he was a bum. He's smoking cigarettes and poor or a bum somewhere on the street, and you're out here shining, and I'm not worried about him. And is there any truth to that? Because he
Probably.
said,
That
I
dude,
think
he
so.
took his
Yeah.
construction boots off.
because he
Nah,
said
but again,
that's
look.
what drove him to flip the switch.
Look what he's become. Look
Right.
where he is now.
Shaman.
Bro, like fucking monster. I love stories like this because he would have been there, just like because every single
Right.
fight I had in the UFC, it was always posting the knockout till my 5th or 6th fight, and I'm like, bro,
He was posting your knockouts?
Every single fight. After every fight, he would post him knocking me out and saying something.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just like,
trying to get a shot.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, let it go. You won.
People do that. My first loss does
to.
the same thing.
Really?
Did the same thing for a couple.
fights.
Yeah,
a
couple fights.
I beat that guy. I beat that guy
But
one time.
how do you describe the style between? Because I feel like you and Pereira are very similar. You guys like to break the foundation.
Yep.
You guys have a hook. They're two different, but you guys slowly but surely the hands will come as you break the foundation.
Yeah,
Because when you break the foundation,
Yeah.
when you break the foundation, they eventually start coming to you because they're hurt. The only option that they do have is here. You know, like how do you compare your style and Pereira's style? Because I feel like you guys are very similar with just a different twist to them.
He's got more, I'll say, more firepower. I have more fire rate.
Yeah.
You said fire rate?
Rate, like the way
It's like a shotgun up
like-
close, boom, or
Yeah, so
back
he's like-
Shama.
hitting
Shama.
you down.
So he's a bazooka. You're more of a AR-15.
Yeah. But for me, it was, again, the way he moves, the way he tracks you down. So I'll carry on. Like New York, when I had to fight him in New York, so eventually they gave him fast track to the UFC title. I had to fight him in New York, biggest stage in the world, MSG. And again, similar. I heard him, had him rocked, end of the first round.
Right.
Fucking kept on beating him the rest of the fight, kept on beating him. And then fifth round, he just gets this energy. And again, look, people talk about the spirit realm and stuff. That shit is real. If you're Nigerian, you understand. Our babalawo, all the juju is happening. The village people are praying. They're doing their own rituals.
You guys let me in on it. What you guys, you guys talking about my dick again, dude? It's 12. I already told you, dude.
No, but honestly, man, he just has this thing. He recovers well, but also his spirit, like something. He just knows how to just from within, just bring it forth and just. You feel it. I don't know how to describe it unless you're in there with him. You're like, oh shit, this guy's coming for me now. Right. And you have to deal with it. So then in New York, he gets me, and I'm just like, fuck, again? In the last round? Damn. And I like it. People say, oh, he's scared to fight him. I'm like, bro, if I was scared to fight him, you think I would have fought him right again? Like, yo, Dana, let's run that shit back. That's what I said. I was like, let's do it again. And then I had my moment right here in the 305, sweet Miami, where I just went to a different place for that camp, man. I fucking just had to really dig deep within myself. And I did everything to make sure I left no stone unturned. And 2 weeks out from the fight, I did my knee. It's like, in training, bad takedown. And then still didn't let that deter me. I wasn't going to pull out. I was like, nah, this is too important. This is too much to slide off. I don't think I've ever pulled out from a fight. Pull-out game strong, though. But I went in that fight, fucking did well in the first round. I felt like it was close. Maybe I won, maybe he won. Yeah. But then that fucking leg kick was there again. And I remember I even told him this when I sat next to him at a fight recently. I was like, when he kicked me the first one, I was like, again? Because the first one you feel, you're like, oh shit. It's just a different, his bones.
Right.
I feel like, you know what, Carlos Prates, he's also built like that in a sense.
Yeah.
Like the high hips, long legs. I don't know, something about their bones, bro. Like, he's got that gigantism, something. You look at his knuckles, look at his feet, the way his feet are. It's like Ronald McDonald. Like, just big fucking feet.
Just heavy. Like
So for me, I felt that I was like, oh, again. And then he compromised my leg. And then I couldn't get to him. I was getting to him in the first round, but then in the second round, I was just like, okay, cool. If I can't. And you see, there's a moment, I can show you exactly the moment when I decided I'm going to bring him to the cage. And I just gave him the leg. Because I was southpaw. Whenever I was southpaw, now he's different. He knows how to deal with southpaws now. He's improved. His front, he's elevating so good. But back then, when I was southpaw, I could push him back. And then when I'm orthodox, he gets confident, starts to, I'm going to get the leg. But I just gave it to him. I was like, all right, cool. And I had my moment, and that's all she wrote. And that was the end of that chapter. And people get greedy again. They're like, oh, we got to do it one more time. I'm like, bro, why? Like, why ruin a good thing? That's such a great story. a great ending, and
You're
he's
like,
still
got him last later.
Is it? That's not fair.
yeah, nah, but
That's
people,
not fair. You can't make me play this game
yeah.
4 or 5 times,
No,
and
but
then
again-
when you finally beat me, you're like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm done."
I need to get one. That's it. Hey, you just need to get one, and that's the
why
important
they're
one.
being like that.
Yeah, but again, you gotta know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
Yeah, but
I'm a gambler,
that's
man.
that's also part of being a competitor too. Because
Yeah.
man, fuck that. I just beat him. Like I'm leaving on top.
Also, he's a
later.
hard fight. Like he
Yeah.
knows I'm a hard fight. Like it's not like it's. Again, I'm not scared to fight the guy. It's a hard fight, and whenever I fight him, I know I'm in for it, and he knows the same thing. Right. So I finally got what I needed to get from that saga. And if I beat him now, what are they gonna say? No, actually it's 3-2 or whatever. I was like, they'll make up some new shit to say. I'm like, I'm not fighting for you. I'm fighting for me, and I only have so many fights left. So many fights left that I can't just fight the same person over. It's like a best of 7, best out of 9. Like,
Yeah.
what we playing?
It makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
there's really nothing to prove anymore in that fight because it's been razor close. He knows, for his spirit, he knows
can beat me.
this guy can beat me. This guy, well, for a long time, he felt that he could still pull it off. But this guy can hurt me, or this guy definitely is sharper, maybe better in these certain areas. And then he would always get the victory. So he's like,
Yeah.
well, at least I can overcome it. I can beat him.
Yeah.
And then he finally realized that you could beat him too. There's nothing else left to prove. So I 100% understand that.
Yeah.
That event.
Yeah,
itself-
but can I say something too though? Pereira wouldn't be in the position that he's in now if it wasn't for Israel. And the only reason why
He
I
said
say
the
that,
same thing as well.
and the only reason why I say that too, but not just he never went through the line, bro, like you did.
I know.
You fought
that's what I
Marvin
said.
Vettori.
Fast track.
You fought like all that. Like it's different when the way you won your title and also the way he won it. Like you
Yeah.
carry this motherfucker.
I said that. I said I
because he
created
had
a
that
monster.
storyline.
Yeah.
But not just that. But think about it too. At 185, he didn't. And again, I'm not fucking hating. I'm just telling the facts. He didn't fight the killer gorilla. He didn't fight. Let's just say, I think Romero was already out there. He didn't fight Marvin Vettori. He didn't fight anybody that could maybe expose
Yoel.
some of that. Some Yoel Romero. Some of those guys that really had a little bit of that grappling. In other words, he beat Sean Strickland. Boom, there you go, Israel. He fought Israel. Obviously, he ended up winning at light heavyweight because he did have a name. He also kind of cut the line because of these
things, man.
He fought the Polish Power, beat him, and then fucking became champ.
Yeah.
So he didn't. So because of you, he didn't go through that crazy ass fucking line.
Gauntlet.
Like, could you go through that crazy ass fucking line and become champion?
Yeah.
That's different. This is why I respect guys like Vasyl Lomachenko.
Yeah.
He fought everybody.
Ghost.
It's
Nah,
that
but,
Macumba you guys were talking about.
The juju. Nah, but yeah, the gauntlet.
you know what I'm saying, Israel?
I
You
get the
understand
gauntlet.
my, like-
I understand, but again, I rate it because I did have to go through that to become champion, and regardless, he got the fast track, but he proved he's a champion.
Right.
He proved he's a superstar. He proved he can bring, attention, eyes to this game just by being himself. He doesn't even have to learn English. He knows English a little bit, but
Shama.
yeah, it's like
it.
it's like that. What's his name? I am Groot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just one line and just and when I talk to him, that's how we talk when we're sitting next to each other, just grunts and shama.
Yeah, no, you get through him, and once again, you have the title. You're back on top, and I want you to talk a little bit if you feel this,
Yes.
because you get through the fight, you're in this big high. It's like, oh man, I just got something. I just did it, and it's like a week or 2 weeks later, it's like you're like, why do I feel a little depressed? Why do I feel
Amen.
like that? And everyone, everywhere you go, everyone's like, yeah, congrats, great fight, yeah. But it's like you feel this emotional, like it just kind of depression a little bit. And people don't understand that. But I do remember you making a post because you would always go, just R&R for your time, for yourself, you're relaxing. How was dealing with that mentally? Because yeah, kickboxing was great. Yeah, China got you ready, but the UFC stage is different.
It was after my first UFC fight, actually, in Perth. There was even a point at the after party, right? I went away to go sit down at this point, and then one of the workers came. What are you doing? I think I was maybe in like the workers' cafeteria lounge or whatever. Bro, what are you doing here? Are you? I'm like, no, I'm cool, man. I'm just chilling. I'm just taking some time to myself. He's like, and he goes to go. Oh yeah, I feel you, bro. sit down next to me. I was just like,
you hear about myself?
yeah. With my,
puts
and
his
he's,
hand on you?
yeah, can I take a few? Yeah, oh, yeah, let's take one. Cool. And then he left. But again, I went back home and look, I made my UFC debut. I didn't make the 10 and 10 like everyone else. I made 6 figures. And then I made a 50K bonus on top of that. Stole the show from, who was the main event? Rockhold versus Yoel, I believe.
Yeah, Yoel versus Rock.
And I felt like I stole the show. People were talking about me. And I was
Pete in
fucking
the
on top of
cage
the
on the
world.
way in.
Yeah. Yeah. And afterwards, new dog in the yard. And then, I go home and I'm just fucking crash. I was like, well, I didn't understand. So for me, that's when I started going to therapy because I realized, okay, this is. I don't want to say this is bad, but it was bad. I was like, damn, I shouldn't be sad. I think you feel guilty for feeling sad. You're like, why am I depressed? Like,
This is after a loss, or is it just
after the win, after my UFC
win.
debut. Yeah. So what I figured it out. It's the stimulus. You're the man. This, that, cameras, lights, action, bah, bah, bah. Everyone, da, da. Then I go home, and I'm in I like sitting in in my dark living room or my dark room, and I just chill, and there's no stimulus. So it's like coffee, the coffee high, and then when the coffee stimulus wears off, you have the crash. So it's like that, but for your spirit. So I was like, man, I didn't know what to do. I didn't need that. But when I'm outside, people, oh, you're the man, congrats, good fight, da, 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 da. And I go home and then, oh, fuck. So I had to learn how to regulate and manage my emotions properly. And so it took me till, I believe the Brunson fight was the first time I came back and I was able to just flow into life properly and just like navigate and I already started going to therapy from my debut, so it helped. And the tools I had from the lady at the time helped me navigate, when I come back, what to do, how to ground myself, how to make sure I get back into my routine, and not just stay at home and just wallow in despair for no reason. Right. So I'm glad you brought that up because it wasn't just me. Volk even mentioned it about why he took the Islam fight on short notice because he was just like, I need something to do. Yeah. So again, that's me now. I haven't fought since February, and if I was still with the mindset I had with my debut, I would have fought already because I'm just like, fuck, I need something to do. But I'm all right, just chilling, doing life, enjoying myself, being with my family, being with my friends, just doing cool shit, like life shit, real life shit. There's more to life than fighting, and that's one thing I've always known and I've always had in the back of my mind, and I've held on to because I don't want to be one of these guys that when it's all said and done, when I'm past my prime and I'm should be out of here, then they're like, oh, just one more. I need that hit. Because again, some people can't get away from the spotlight. They get addicted to it, the shine. I can make headlines every fucking week if I want to. But I don't because I like to stay out the way till it's time to make some noise, and I'll say something or just I have my ways. You have your ways. We all have our ways. Yeah.
That's why I think though too, man. It's like because we've been through it, like wrestling, like dude, every weekend, like that sport humbles you. It's not like we always win. And we had Robbie Lawler.
Lawler was there.
So we're talking to Robbie a little bit about how was he able to kind of handle losses, like bro, the sport. From an early age of taking those lumps, dude, in Iowa, fucking losing, kind of developed him to have to understand that a little bit more. And I feel like that with me too. So I've never kind of really gone through that roller coaster. Like maybe
you were used to winning.
Yeah.
You won everything.
No, of course. But at the same time, I did go through it. You know what I'm saying? Like I did. The only time that I really did feel is when I missed weight for my UFC debut. And I fucking locked myself in my room for like 2 weeks. Dude.
Really? Oh, after the fight?
Yeah, no, I didn't even fucking fight. It was my debut. It was a big deal. And then I was just like, dude, I was too over. I fucking blamed it on the stomach. Whatever, dude. You know how to do it. But other than that, what I've learned to understand is like your emotions. You should not base them on fucking victories or happenings because that's what happiness is. It's what is it happening? It's like this is why the greatest emotion that a human could have is fucking gratitude.
Amen. Gratitude is the attitude.
Right.
Yes, sir. Just be grateful of everything. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, everything. I'm grateful for it all. And that's why I say even people come up to me now thinking like, because all they know of me is the fighting, and they see, oh, is he okay? I'm like, nigga, I'm fine. Like the fuck. Or they, I hope you get that belt back. I'm like, I don't need it.
Right. Speaking of that, I feel like we're all kind of
we are champions.
in a similar.
Come on,
we're all kind of
triple C over there, triple champ. Come on,
we're all kind of in a similar position right now.
Yeah.
We've been there, we've done that, we bought the damn
0-3.
t-shirt.
Let's go. Hey, that's facts.
Dude, I'm grateful for the 0-3. Dude.
Yes, sir. I am. No, it's lessons, man.
A lot of people would dream of being in the position that we've been in, experience the highs that we've experienced. So we're in a position now to where we could, we still go in and scrap and still, do what we do. But because we've dropped the fight, because they're so used to us winning, because we lose a fight, now people are like, oh, are you going to retire? Oh, what?
I get that now.
Are you
gonna fight again? Are you gonna fight again? I'm like, nigga.
You get there's that, and then you'll get the other guy.
Are you still in the UFC?
Yeah. Oh God.
Dude, somebody told me that.
Yeah, I haven't got that yet.
I'm like, fuck you.
And then you get on the flip side, you'll get that. Hey, go get that belt. You can get that belt back. You're gonna get that belt back. You're gonna get that. But it's like, how do you deal with all of these different? There's still stimulus. How do you deal with all of these different things now? Especially because it's, people are so used to you winning.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, I don't know if you know, he's a sociology major.
Yeah. Oh,
so
I've heard, but also talking to him, you can tell. Me, it's experience, the experience I've had, and also the work I've done on myself internally. I can't stress that enough. The work that I've done through therapy as well, and just life experience. People,
you fuck with psychedelics?
Yeah, I liked, bro, the Pereira fight in Miami. I did 3, not macro shroom trips in the shower where it was like I was able to just fucking hone in, bro. It's something different.
Crying.
Can't do it.
Yeah, no. It's like I don't go too deep where like it's more. I can feel myself. I can feel myself deeper. I don't know if it's your ancestors or whatever, but I could feel myself on a level I've never felt before. And I wrote this thing on my mirror. I can't remember what it was now. God damn it! But I have a video of it, and I wrote it on my mirror just because it was like the greatest comeback in UFC history is done by me. Some shit like that. But yeah, I do fuck with psychedelics. I like to alter the state of my being once in a while, just because I feel like I learn from different perspectives when you take the blinders off.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I can sit there in my house.
It exposes you, right? It
so
strips
vulnerable.
You, like, you're just
so
naked.
vulnerable. Like, and even just edibles itself, you can sit there and fucking go deep. You can go deep within yourself if you let yourself with meditation and just like, damn, all the shit I've unpacked. They're sitting there. They pile up.
When you're in hot boxing with Mike Tyson, did
everyone go high? Everybody in the room. Everybody go high.
No, I'm sure I'm high. But did he ever talk to you about the Sonora Toad?
The Toad. I know he's talked about the Toad before, but
Would you dabble with that?
I would, but I was no. But the thing is, I would go to the jungle. I've always wanted to, but it's always called me. But someone told me, he's talked about it now. Actually, GSP. Yeah. So George, he's like my fairy godmother, or like. He's like,
so he did it.
Yeah, he talked about it. I saw it online, like on an interview. He talked about ayahuasca and what he did. But we had, I went to Toronto, and then he came over because it was OVO weekend. And he came over just to hang out, and we had dinner at a steakhouse. That was the first time meeting him, and we're talking, went deep, and we talked about his experience during ayahuasca. And he told me like, brother, just wait till you finish fighting. Yeah, I was like, all right, bet, say less. And so for me, I always felt that way because I've said this as well. Avatar, Prince Zuko, he became friends with Aang and he couldn't firebend anymore because he didn't have that anger. So he had to find a new way to firebend.
That's why I'm waiting.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like, what if I do this? Yeah.
Nah,
so for me, I'm like, what if you do this journey and then you have this realization, enlightenment of all these stuff, and then it takes the chip and dip on my shoulder, and I just don't have that ego. The way I need the ego a little bit. It's a healthy ego. I have a fucking ego, but it's healthy. Yeah. Yes. Not like Kanye ego, but it's there. Trust me. Sometimes I want to go full Kanye, bro. You ever want to go full Kanye? You know what I'm saying?
You absolutely right.
Man,
Fucking
You're
put a
absolutely
pillowcase
right.
over your fucking
that's
face.
what
That's
the thing
Kanye.
about me. I'm a little afraid of that.
yeah, I don't want it to go away.
And-
But really,
and I-
come on,
and
you
I
thinking
see-
about it? You think about?
No, I'm
after
not
you-
thinking about it.
Yeah. Planting seeds. Hey, planting seeds.
Almost all the people that I'm close with that are around that have done it, it does change you. And I'm not necessarily in the worst way or bad way. It's just it changes you because of your perspective, and I see it. Big bro, my Sugar Rashad Evans.
Oh yeah, even Deontay Wilder.
It changes your spirit in a way. I mean, it could make you now the best human that you
Better
ever
father,
want to be.
better this, better that.
But takes away the fire from you wanting to be that killer in
I
there.
need the ego.
You know,
I need
so
that
I
kid.
just-
It's that kid. It's that for me. It's everything comes from the inner child. Our trauma, everything comes from an inner child. So for me, it's not that I don't want to heal him. He is healed. He's secure. I look after him. But there's still that little kid that used to get fucked with.
Yeah.
That somehow, it's not the main reason I fight, but it's definitely a fuel. Just because it's like, I'll fucking show you. You watch this. I'll show you. So yeah, I don't want to fully get rid of that. Maybe because I'm out of fear. I don't know. But I listened to the guru in the game, GSP. I was like, okay, he's been there, done that. You know, he's been where we've been as a champ. And he understands, like, nah, brother, if you're going to do this, wait till after fighting. So I was like, all right, bet. So I will fuck with the Toad. I will do Ibogaine. I know that's different for like people who are addicts of like other stuff and whatnot. But nah, I will dabble in those things. But
That one's in Africa, right?
yeah, Ibogaine is a strong one. But it's not something that you dabble in. Also, bro, it's not. I've seen people at parties do like DMT. I'm like, why? Why? They're in the corner like smoking DMT. I'm like, that's not what it's for.
Hey, don't knock it till you try.
Not at a party when everyone's doing other shit. I'm just like, nah.
No, I'm actually doing a docu-film with Vinny Chase. You watch Entourage?
I know the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing something like that with him in a couple weeks. We're going to Austin, Texas, so we're gonna be messing around with psychedelics.
Which ones? Shrooms?
Honestly, bro, I really don't know, bro.
What's your favorite?
The Toad.
The Toad? Really?
Yeah, I did the Toad with Tyson.
Oh, no
So
way.
he's the one that introduced me to it. Dude, it's like the first time I did it, it was it was beautiful, dude. You understand that? You understand that it was you forgive those who have harmed you.
I
or
do that.
no, but check this out, but it also there's a forgiveness side too that it gives you the hey, forgive me for judging you. Like who the fuck am I
To judge.
you
That's
judge
some real
you, Mom?
shit.
I'm sorry for judging you.
That's
You know
some
what I'm
real
saying?
shit. But I don't need that right now.
Yeah. But you're right. If you can, but you did mention something that kind of hit the nail on the head. If you do need that healthy ego, and you do need that fucking chip on your shoulder to still compete. So whenever that time does come, I mean, I'm sure you have Tyson's number, but he would love to do something like that.
Oh yeah, I would. With Tyson, 100%.
And me and Kelvin actually did it with him.
No way.
Calvin smokes a lot of weed, bro. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fucking with that shit no
That's
more.
my
Put your boy out there
boy.
like that, huh?
My
You
boy
put the
Vic.
boy out there like that on the pod?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, that motherfucker tested.
I smoke a lot of weed too. How about that? I got you, Kelvin.
Speaking of you saying that, I admire you in a way because I admire your pettiness sometimes. And I think me and you, we talked about it a little bit sometimes. I admire it because I'm like, I should be, because you just have those fights where everything's stacked against you. People are like, no, you can't do it. You can't do it. Oh, this guy's gonna beat you. That's the next guy. He's gonna get you. That's the next guy. And then there's a couple of those that you have to take personal. And after you go out there and you do it, you take it, you let him have it. If you had to let him have it every other day or every other week
yeah.
after that fight, you let them have it. He got the screenshots. And like you said, he's good at editing.
I have a folder on my phone called receipts.
Yeah. Oh,
You got
my God.
you got Paulo pregnant, bro.
That's true. Let me just so you
twins in that motherfucker.
Whoa.
You know you were
Brought
trending
that
on
egg roll in
Pornhub.
hard, boy.
Pause.
So it's this folder right
I
here.
want to see if you got receipts on me, bro.
No. This is called. See that? Receipts.
Bro.
And right now it's 133
And I'm like, because I've had those fights where I felt like that, and I'm like, okay, I'll show them. Like the Masvidal one's one of them. Fans will do it for you nowadays, But there was there's the clip of him going, he's just not built like that to be able to hurt a man with his hands. Things like that, you see it, you take them kind of personal, which you need as a fighter.
I took that personal.
Yeah, but then you go in there and you finish the performance. That would have been, I'm like, man, if I had a little bit of Izzy like that in me, every week I'd be giving it to this dude. But then after I get done with the fight,
it's easy.
I can't. I'm just like,
no, there's a window. There's a window.
It's over.
There's a window after the fight. Like example, after Pereira the fight, I remember this kid what he did. So I had that, went after him, and then at backstage I was cool with Pereira. We had the moment. I told him he's a great champion no matter what. Never let them take it away from you. His kids were there. I said, "What's up?" And I have no issue with them, but there's a window. You just have to let them know there's a window because if after that window, then it's like bad sportsmanship, even though they've done it to you for years. But
teach me.
We'll talk after this. I will show you the ways. There's ways. But again, there's a window. There's a small window. You can just like let them know, have your moment, and after that, then put it. Because again, I do feel that after the fight, it's like it's over now. Yeah. And there's after a fight's done, there's a sense of whether you win or lose, there's a sense of relief. Right. I got through the camp, got this fight done, win or lose, it's over. And then you can I let things go. But there's that moment when the adrenaline hits, receipts.
How long does that last for you? Because I've seen a couple of weeks back to back.
Back. See, people misconstrue them sometimes. Nah, he knows different ones, personal ones. He knows the personal ones. But like for me, when it comes to fighting, we're all in the same boat. Kind of same ship, same journey, trying to become champions, trying to become legends, household names. So I can't really hate on another motherfucker for going at me like that. But there's that window, and I do take pride in using that window. And then if after that they say something and it extends it, by all means, let's play.
Light their ass.
Light them up. And now, like I said, fans do it for you now. Now I don't even have to do shit. I don't even have to defend myself. Shout out to my fans, bro. Shout out to you guys. They come in there and just fucking, especially the Nigerians. You know how Nigerians are with insults. Oh my God.
Yeah, but who's like obviously Mike Tyson? We had Khabib on Hot Boxing. We're talking about Conor and Khabib, and I was like, Mike, how far is too far? Like with shit talking. And he said it, because fucking McGregor was going in on Khabib's personal life, even his dad who had just deceased. Yeah. And Mike Tyson was like, listen, man, anything and everything fucking goes. Like he said it right in front of us. But who was it from you that you were like, dude, I hate this motherfucker. Like this is to the personal.
I don't want to even to be honest, I'll say Sean. Sean was one, Strickland? Definitely, yeah. Because that one was just
DDP
like,
up there,
huh?
DDP.
That one was different. Because again, people was like, oh, he made you cry. It's like, oh, he didn't make me cry. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. I was talking about my mom. So what we used to do as a high schooler, I used to go with my dad to my mom's job because she was studying to be a nurse. So we'd go to the bank to clean at like 4 a.m., maybe 4:30. Get back home, get ready for school, and then go to school. So I was doing it, and I mentioned that, and I saw my mom in front, and she kind of like welled up. And when mom welled up, it was just like, it hit me in the feels too. So it wasn't him. It was my mom that kind of seen her get emotional, got me emotional. But nah, that's just life. That's just life. That's just what it is. And I respect what Mike said. Look, all is fair in love and war. But you got to be able to back it up, whatever you say. So if I say some shit, I'm ready to back it up. I'm not gonna say something that's like, oh shit, I'm gonna look stupid now, getting my ass whooped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you gotta be able to give it and also take it too.
Yeah, it happens. This is the game.
Yeah, despite the outcome.
Yeah, and afterwards, after it's all said and done, you let it go. It's like me and DDP were cool now. Like, look, and people think even after my last fight with Imavov, they were like, oh, you should get a rematch. I'm like, why? He beat me fair one. Like, we shot a fair one. He beat me. Cool. First thing I got up, I was like, good game. You got me. Bang, that's it. Move on. If it ever happens down the line, cool. If not, I will fucking sleep well. I don't need to, like, how that people, you got to get it back. You got to get it back. It's like, do you know how many people I've beat? Do they think they got to get it back? They got to get it back? Nah, it's just, it is the game. You shot a fair one, he beat you. Be a man about it and move on, or move to the next one.
I think that's something that only we can understand because it's such a human thing. Like there's only a few things that humans we're not taught to do. We naturally do in our spirit. And for us, we do that for a living. You know, so no matter what this guy says, no matter what you say about me, I say about you, we get in there and we ultimately resolve it in the most humanly way possible. And that's why a lot of people say, bro, he talked all that stuff, and after you guys fought, you guys were hugging. Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah,
We're men about it.
Yeah, you're men about it. You because you leave a part of your spirit with him, and he feels your spirit, and you feel his, and you know, okay, we settled this in here. That's why we can shake hands and be done with it. So I completely get that. Now, Izzy, you're at a point where obviously you've been, like I said, you've been there, you've done that. You done bought a couple of the T-shirts.
Couple.
What's next?
Yeah, I don't know. So I think subconsciously the reason I haven't sparred is because I know once I spar, I'll get that itch. And again, I had the privilege of sparring you, light work, we're playing around, having fun. But even that alone, it's just like, fuck. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if you guys would understand. It's just like the way we were playing around, the way we were moving, some of the tricks you got me with, like when you fucking shot it, I was like, face flat. Shit like that. It's fun for me. So I'm like, I want to do that to someone. You know what I mean? He's like, I want to, and then you're like, oh, okay. But right now, the lay of the land is a little bit, man, I haven't really paid attention to the game. I only watch pay-per-views now. I don't really watch fight nights, to be honest. Like when I was young, coming up in the game, bro, I'd watch. This is why I was so good when I came into the UFC. Even backstage, all the people I'd like to think love and respect me because they've told many people about that behind the scenes. But it's because I watch all the embeddeds, I watch all the countdowns, I watch all the fight nights, everything. So when I got to the fight week, you know, I know what to do here. I knew what to do, and I knew how to. You know, we got raised with respect in our culture, so I'm not a diva. But yeah, I've always watched the shows and all that, but now it's just I'm removed from it a little bit, and the game is a little bit like what I think Hamzat with DDP would be next. Who knows when that's gonna be? I don't know.
And how do you see that fight? Obviously, DDP, like the landscape right now at 185 pounds is it's different, man. DDP's not, dude. When he beat Robert Whittaker, I'm like, dude, I'm never gonna count this dude out again. He does the craziest shit, and somehow he lands, or somehow he'll miss some punch and somehow he'll take down.
He's stubborn, man.
Yeah,
he's just stubborn, and it's even funny to watch because, and I give him all the respect. Look, he's so good at what he does, no matter what. And I've said, what did I say before? Like, he's the best shit fighter in the world. But somehow he makes it look good. It's
but also think about it too, Izzy. That trend is kind of there right now. Marab's kind of like the same way. DDP and even Bilal.
Nah, Marab strikes better.
For sure. But it's the mixing of the fight.
Yeah, mixing it
it's
up.
a trend, man. When it goes that way, people kind of start to gravitate. You know, it's a phase, or maybe
it happens in MMA. There's always phases. Like there was a phase where the strikers were on top. Like I was out here like even our gym was the best gym in the world at one point. Like voted and also just by wins. Right. So it's a trend, and then people see enough tape. They start to the smart coaches. Okay, we know how to handle this now. Which is why now we have to reshuffle the deck. So we reshuffle the deck. There's a few things I can't wait because in my last fight I was doing well, but I can't wait till I fight again just because there's some things I want to try just for the lull, just for the funds. Yeah, because people have never seen me even. Have I ever shot for a take? I hit a lateral drop kind of.
Yeah,
once.
you took Pereira down.
I took him down. Yeah, I know. But he initiated it, and I was like, right, counter, boom, counter. And then, I mean, but there's certain things I want to try. I really want to try just to say I've done it in the cage.
You have a lot of resources, bro. And eventually, you and John Jones kind of patched things up. You ever thought about maybe shooting out to Albuquerque?
Definitely, it's on the list. It's on the list.
Same size,
bro. I know I can learn a lot. Even that's why I'm glad to move around with him because he's a great wrestler, and I picked his brain a little bit today. But with John, long guy, his frames, I've watched him since UFC '92. I know the way he moves. I can pick his brain on some stuff. Yeah, so definitely it'll happen, but time.
So you're basically waiting to be inspired to get back in there.
I am inspired after today.
Yeah, but it's
What we're talking about, even before we started sparring, you mentioned about like, we don't need to do this
you don't
anymore.
need to do it anymore.
We have the hunger.
Yeah.
But when you said that, even I'm like, maybe I should create more hunger. Or maybe I should create more. I might just go fucking spending dumb shit out here.
I think, I think though, I posted something the other day. I think it's because every season of your life is necessary. And there was a season,
bars.
where I needed to watch every embedded. I needed to watch every fight night. I needed to watch every fight. I at some point I knew everybody, the little guys from 125. I knew how they fought. I knew them all because I was that into it. To where now I'm in the season where I might go to a fight. I might go to this. That's what I need to be in right now. And so every season is important. As long as you're actually there living, you're present in it. People get to that where it's like, oh, I need to create this. I need to be more hungry, or I need to be this. And I caught myself doing that at some point. But it's like, no, I'm just in a different season of my life. Like I was in wrestling, there was at one point I was like, no, I gotta run, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. I'm doing all that. Then you get to a certain point where it's like, MMA started looking sexy. Yeah, I was like, but I know why I was doing it, because it was necessary to get me to this place.
Yeah.
So now it's figuring out how do I get to the next. Whether you be a fantastic businessman, shoot.
Yeah.
Be the president of New
Business
Zealand.
is booming, bro. Business is booming. Shout out to my pops. Shout out to David as well.
You guys get hit with the tariffs, dude?
Tariffs. No, we're in New Zealand.
Hey,
We're in New Zealand.
Talk to him about that Saturday. Talk to him about
Wait,
that.
Saturday. Wagwan.
If he comes in
President
Saturday,
Trump's
yeah,
gonna
just go ahead and ask him.
Oh, on Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Have you met
that's
him?
Right. Yeah, met him a couple of times. He watched me in Miami when I knocked out Pereira, but also
Right, he
I
was here
saw
for
him. We shook hands. What was it? Some event backstage. And I was like, hey, what's up? America's Last Hope. Boom, dapped it up. Everyone just commented, oh, what a sick dap up. The dap up was elite. Apparently, that's people really loved.
Well, how do you envision a lot of things now, Israel? Obviously, we're on our, again, I'm going to say it. Like,
03, not jokes.
we're at the tail end of our career. You know what I'm saying? This is the 03
I crack
crew.
jokes,
What's
bro.
up?
I crack jokes.
How do you envision like your legacy, man? Like, what do you want people to
Legacy set, man. It's all like for me. I didn't duck nobody. I fought everybody that was put in front of me. I did it my way. I was authentically myself, whether you liked it or not, whether you thought it was cringe or not, whether you fucking thought it was fire or not. I did it my way, and I was happy doing it. Everything I did went viral most times, good or bad. Yeah, I was just a guy who really came in here and enjoyed himself and did it my way. That's one thing I want to be appreciated for. And it's not over. Like I even said, like I don't need the belt. Like people think I need it. I got belts already. Now I just want to fight, make lots of money, some great fights. My brain does the say. Even now, what's his name? Rainier. I saw him at the gym today. Sweet guy, lovely guy. But naturally, you size him up. I'm like, oh shit, he's quite tall. I know eventually, because he was champion at one,
yes.
Yeah, so eventually he'll climb the ranks, and we might fight later on. So, look, it's not a whatever. I was like, oh, nice, and he was really sweet, lovely dude too. But there's cool fights out there, man. There's cool fights out there, and I'll get those. But right now it's just, I'm inspired. So again, this is fresh. This is new territory. I've never been here before.
Yeah.
So again, I just want to play my cards accordingly to what I want to do. Yeah, in my own time.
Well, like I said, it's you're in a new season of your life right now.
Amen.
So
right where we need to be.
Enjoying it.
Before you close, Kamaru, I just want to say, man, thanks, Israel. I'll let you get the last words. I just want to say thanks, man. I fucking hated on you like you wouldn't believe.
I know.
But because haters are your biggest fans, dude. And you've been able to do, not being a fucking wrestler, to me, that's impressive.
I can wrestle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got some.
of course. What I'm saying, but like coming from the wrestling,
from
background, bro.
Yeah.
85% of all champions have all come from the sport of wrestling. So what
Yeah.
you've been able to do, and fuck, congratulations, dude. And I don't know if it's too late to say I'm sorry.
No, name, brother. For me, I only got salty because I was like, man, we were cool in Australia. Why do you start hating on me? And then I was a little bit maybe salty, but for me, I respect you because of your game. Your mind. I see the way you fight. I see the way you operate. And man, one of the best ever. So thank you for saying that, and no need for apologies. It's already been water under the bridge. I don't hold on to grudges unless it pays to be petty. But this doesn't, so I love you. You're
Don't worry, you get receipts there.
Thanks,
So
damn.
don't-
You guys got
But-
some tissue?
No, that's I'm glad you guys do, but that's important though because it's for us. Like I said, you're Nigerian. That other Nigerian's competing. I already know whose side I'm on. You don't have to tell me. I don't have to even meet the guy. I already know what side I'm on. Him and Kelvin, they were cool. They're from Arizona and whatnot, but he had a side he was on. Also, like you mentioned earlier, I need that chip on my shoulder. I need that ego a little bit.
Yes, sir.
So, whatever. Oh, I thought we was cool in Australia, and now you saw. Okay, it's a little extra firepower to get you to where you need to be. So everything is in synchronization. That's how the life is working.
Amen.
Like I said, we're in. Every season that we're in is important.
But you did say you wanted to come, Captain.
Oh,
you did
Captain.
say you did say you wanted to come on, Captain.
Well, okay, let me explain. Let me explain that.
I'm gonna come all over you. I'm like, fuck you. I'm coming in. Like, it's personal.
Let me
now.
explain. So I went over to
Get
the
him in
corner.
here. Get in here, Captain. Look at him. Look at him.
There he is. Right on the
Get him in here. Get him in.
Okay, let me explain. This is fucking funny. So what happened? I feel like Stone Cold's music just played. No, but so what happened was I came to the corner after the fight, giving props to the corner. He's like, yeah, but Henry's coming for Volkanovski. And I was like, yeah, and I'm coming all over you. It was just a freestyle.
But there's so much.
It was a freestyle.
Yeah, I know there's so much to the backstory.
Yeah.
It goes back to a year earlier when he had became champ, and Pitbull right here had became champ in 1 year. And Ara Helwani told me, you win. I told him on January 19th when he was going to fight TJ, I go, Henry Cejudo's going to come back. He's going to become champ. Patrice Pitbull's going to jump champ. Patrick is going to be ranked number 1. Yoel Romero's going to lose to Paulo Costa. And he goes, if you do that, you be coach of the year.
Yeah.
Then I did it. But then you had already, nope. Volkanovski beat Max Holloway December 16th, like the last fight of the year. And then it went to him. So I'm like, man, I can't wait till we fight somebody from that team. And it was Paulo first.
Yeah.
So when you were fighting Paulo, the day of the fight, he's apparently drunk.
Lies.
So he did not sleep. I remember
Yeah,
knocking
so was
on
I.
his door at 4 a.m.
I had to tell the motherfuckers
So we're
downstairs.
trying to wake his ass up. He didn't wake up for an hour. So
Yeah.
then we're in we were in that Abu Dhabi where they didn't have ceilings in the training rooms. So I'm like, we start warming up, and he didn't want to warm up. I'm like, we got to train wrestling. He's like, I don't think I'm going to wrestle. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, are you serious? We trained wrestling this whole fucking camp. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to change something up.
Yeah.
So as we walk by, I know there's no ceiling, so I'm like, all right, Paulo, you got to take him down that first minute. You got to take him down. So I'm trying to get you to here. So then when we went out to the cage, I'm doing moves to get
Behind
you
it, that's
for
right,
you to
even
look.
behind, yeah.
I'm like, I need you to shoot a high crotch. I need you to post.
I could remember he was doing something behind, like snake in the monkey shadow. And I was like,
It was also
I was
strategy.
focused on Polo, but I could see him in the background. Like,
It was all a strategy to get him to look because I was like,
I respect the game.
Paulo ain't gonna do it, man.
no matter what.
Man, you got it.
But you know what? Can I tell you something too? He fucking helped all the Brazilians. Even Paulo, bro. Paulo started his fucking shtick because he was getting trolled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Paulo's funny on Twitter now.
Yeah.
I follow him on Twitter. He's hilarious. I don't go on Twitter as much these days, but fuck, when he was funny. Some of the shit he'll say. Yeah. I'm like, wow.
So, anyways, Izzy, I just want to let you know, bro. Like this is part of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like this is like my brother, dude. So if somebody
man.
said they're gonna come all over him, fuck
Nah,
you.
nah, nah.
Flag on the
let
plane.
me do it first.
Big flag on the plane. Jesus.
Flag.
I got some exclusives for pound number 1 podcast in
Yes.
MMA. So when you after you beat me, beat Paulo, I was like, oh my God, we got to get him back somehow. So
Oh, no.
I met this Nigerian girl.
Oh.
And I'm wearing a fur coat. She's wearing a fur coat. And I go, you got to teach me some Nigerian and you got to tell me what to say. So then I do a highlight video with her, a clip, and she said, Izzy, you Mugu? She said, you're not the Igwe. Captain be the Igwe. And I filmed it. And I'm like, what'd you say? She said, I said this. I was like, ooh, that's powerful. So I was waiting. And when this dude loses, I'm going to fucking post this. And then,
Receipts too. They got receipts.
and then I was like, then he lost to John Blachowicz. And I was like, fuck, I ain't going to do it.
Never
I
kick a
couldn't
man while
post
he's
it.
down.
I didn't
Okay, I'm
post
glad.
it. I still got the video. But I never posted it.
Now you can post it. You have full permission. Now you can post it.
Well, my brother, I mean, you've been a legend to the game. You've inspired and touched so many, you know, like even in the gym earlier, you know, with my young bull, Adamu, you know, you're an inspiration for generations to come. You know,
Likewise.
There's, you know, not just as a Nigerian, but as an African, but all over the world, you know. So I want to say thank you for joining us, my guy. You know, and captain, you know, whatever you choose to do with him, that's your just. But you know, as always, I'm the Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman,
Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C.
The last style bender, Israel Adesanya.
and we are out.
Let's go.